Hey gang, welcome to Psych 100 Intro to Psychology. I am your professor, Mr. Eulenbrock. I only show this part of the video of me for just a few seconds. For those of you who don't know me, this is me. Those of you who do, hello again. And this way, if you ever see me on campus when we're back in the fall, hopefully, you run into me, say, hey, Mr. U, I'm so-and-so. I took your Psych 100 class, summer session 2. And then we can meet in person. Fantastic. All right, so let's get going too. What's important here? Our class. Oh my goodness. Get rid of myself. I don't need to be seen anymore. Here we go. Psych 100 Summer Session 2. This is our home page. I plan to put this video here under the announcements, and this way you can watch it as soon as you log on. I will probably email you the link to it too, so it's the same exact thing. If you watch the video from the email, it's the same thing as you get here. Now, let's get started with some of the most important pieces of information. The very first thing you need to be aware of or know about is the student agreement for summer session 2. As soon as you're done watching this entire video, I want you to click on this. Read it in its entirety. Then you're going to sign it. Now, since this is all electronic, you can just type your name in there, type in the date. Perfectly fine, perfectly acceptable. Save it as a new file, and then go to assessments, assignments, and upload it to the student agreement file. Now, it's not open as of this moment, but this is where you would be submitting it. There's going to be a place here where you click to submit the file. You will submit it, and you will get notification. You should get an email notification, and it should also say one file uploaded. If you do not get that email notification or you do not see that it was uploaded, do it again, please. Because if I don't get it, then you're not going to get a grade. Okay? You need to do this to get a grade. It's because this student agreement tells me that you understand how this process is going. We do not meet in person at all. We do not have any Zoom classes. We never see each other unless you schedule an appointment with me via Zoom or telephone. So I need to know that you understand the whole process of how to read your homework, read your ebook, do your homework assignments, take the tests, etc. So please do that. And that is due by July 2nd, which is Thursday, Thursday, July 2nd, by 11:59 p.m. So please get that done. Okay. Next thing we need to look at is the syllabus. This tells you everything about this course. All right, let me see if I can make this bigger here. Okay. All right, so this tells us that, making it even bigger, name of the course, my name, I am not a doctor. So when you email me, just say, email me, address me as Mr. U. I have 2 master's degrees, one in exercise and sports psychology and one in general psychology. So, and that's the reason why I teach this class, because of my general psych background. Went to Temple University, all that fun stuff. You don't need to know too much detail about my background there. My office is, obviously it's a Zoom meeting if you want, phone if needed, or we could just have some email conversations. That's what happened during the first summer session. Mostly all the conversation was via email. There's my cell phone, because you have to get a hold of me somehow, right? That's my number. Um, use it when needed. Only if needed, you may call or text me. There's my email address. You can email me that way. Office hours, there's no formal office hours because our class is, again, completely online. You can be doing homework any time of the day or night. Your schedule is going to be kind of busy. My schedule is kind of busy also, believe it or not, even though it's summertime. So we'll make a mutually convenient time to get together to chat, or you can just shoot me an email and we'll figure everything out, right? When you email me, try to use your Westchester email account so I know it's coming from a student also. It doesn't go into spam that way. And let me know that you're in the summer session 2 Psych 100 class. Textbook is Laura King's Experience Psychology with Connect. It's the 4th edition. It's the latest one that's out there. It is an ebook, and it comes with the Connect access, and you all have that inclusive access, which we'll talk about shortly, but you all already automatically have access to this ebook day one. Technology, you do need technology. You do need to have a computer, iPad, laptop, doesn't matter, somehow, some way that you can access the internet to do the assignments. We use this Connect Psychology. A lot of people have used this already. We will go through a video showing you how to use this and access it in a little bit during this information here. Student registration, login information, you need to do this immediately. I'll show you how to do that. And there's a nice, simple video. It's quite simple. Nobody had any issues during the first summer session, and I don't expect that to continue. Class format, 100% online. So you can watch the videos anytime you want. There's no meetings. We never have to get together if you don't want. It's totally up to you. Your lectures are YouTube video lectures. They are posted on D2L. I'll show you that. Some of them are as short as 25 minutes, and some of them are as long as 45 minutes. They're typically shorter than a regular class lecture, an in-person lecture, because there's no interaction. So watching it this way, you save a lot of time. Plus, you can pause the video anytime you want and go back to it if you get interrupted. You are highly encouraged to watch those videos. That's how you get your notes, and I'll show you how the notes go. And then, of course, your tests are open notes, so you want to take the notes so you can get a good grade. The assignments on Connect, McGraw-Hill's Connect site, they are something called SmartBook. They will take you anywhere from 10 to 30 minutes long, depending on how knowledgeable you are of the information. If you read the topic, the chapter ahead of time, you'll be done quickly. If you don't read it ahead of time, it's going to take you longer. Every assignment has a due date. Once the due date passes, you cannot make it up, not even for partial credit. So your grade will be a 0. All right, so make sure you get the assignments. There's only 1 assignment per chapter. I've cut this class down drastically over the years. There used to be 3 assignments per chapter. Now we're down to 1. Try to make it as simple as possible so you can do as well as possible. Okay, D2L, you need to know how to work your way around D2L because lots of information is posted on D2L. Everything's posted on D2L and announcements and all that good stuff. Course description tells you all what this class is all about. It's intro to psychology. It's nothing in depth. It's an intro class where we skim the surface of all these different wonderful topics. And if you find that you like a topic, we probably have a course in that topic. So if you like social psychology, we do have a class in social psych, abnormal psychology, all the mental health disorders. We have a class in abnormal psychology. So this skims the surface. Those classes go into great detail. Requirements, attendance. There is no attendance. Just have to make sure you watch the videos, do the homework assignments, take the test. That's it. Exams, there's 4 tests. Exams, tests, same thing. All right. They have different values. 3 of them, I think, are worth 120 points. One's worth 140 out of 1,000. So you see here, my grades are based on a total point of 1,000. 1,000 points that you earn. So if you earn 930 points out of 1,000, divide your 930 by 10, that would give you 93. You would get an A. Just so you know, in the last summer session 1, 25 students in the class, 22 had an A- or above, and I believe 19 had a full A. So as long as you do the work, you'll do well. The reason why some people didn't do so well, some missed some homework assignments, didn't get it done on time. Okay, nobody got worse than a B in the class, or yeah, B, solid B. All right, now each module or test has a point value. A test section has a point value. So module 1, you see chapters 1, 2, and 4. Homeworks are worth 120 points. It's 30 points each for each chapter. Test is 120 points. Total for that, 240. Module 2, chapters 5, 6, and 7, same thing. Module 3, chapters 8, 9, and 10, same thing. Module 4 has 4 chapters, 11, 12, 13, 14. Points are 140, which is 35 points per chapter, a little bit more than the other modules. And the test is worth 140 points, making it 280. You add these all up, 1,000 points. All right. Tentative course outline, we'll go over that next. This tells you about the class as a gen ed, all these other important pieces of information that's on most of your syllabi. I'm not going to read through this because you're adults. You can read through it on your own. If you have any questions, obviously, contact me. All right, so now we'll go back to important information, and we'll look at the next item, the semester outline. This semester outline tells you, make this nice and big, when things are due. Now, the way I have it set up is day 1 of the semester is Monday, June 29th. You have 8 days to complete module 1. It's all due July 6th. That means chapter 1, 2, 4, the SmartBook homework assignments, which is the electronic homework assignment, and test 1, which is chapter 1, 2, and 4, all due by 11:59 p.m. July 6th. Then you're done. If you don't do anything by then, those grades are 0. Module 2 begins the next day. Chapters 5, 6, and 7. You also have 8 days to complete that. So this is due on Tuesday, July 14th. Chapters 5, 6, 7 SmartBook assignments and test 2, 11:59, July 14th. Then you have 8 days for the next module. Chapters 8, 9, and 10 and test 3 are due Wednesday, July 22nd. And then there's 4 chapters for module 4. You have 8 days to complete this and take test 4 by Thursday, July 30th, 11:59 p.m. And if it's done at midnight or 12:01 a.m. the next day, it does not count. Make sure you get it in on time. Okay? That is your semester outline. Back to important information. Inclusive access syllabus. This tells you a little bit about it. Inclusive access. You don't really have to worry too much about this. You can look at it. Don't worry about the dates here. This is old, but this is if you want to opt out of inclusive access, which nobody does because it's billed directly to your tuition instead of you having to pay money for your textbook. It's billed directly to it. This video you're going to have to watch. This video tells you how to register for SmartBook. It's about three minutes long. You probably can hear the music.
My name is Ari.
I'm not sure.
I'm a student ambassador with McGraw-Hill. I'm here to tell you a little more about Connect, which may be required
And
for this course.
you'll see here, if we get into it,
If you're
where
not
is
sure
it?
where to go, just
Registration information, etc. It's included with your tuition. You don't have to pay for anything.
Then click
Piece of cake, okay? Should be no issues with that. Watch that video. And then this video here, this tells you how to do your homework assignments. So watch this video. This is also a short video. It's 3.5 minutes long. All right, we're not going to watch it now, but it tells you what the homework assignments look like, how to do the homework assignments, and how to get credit. Here is the awesome news. Since this assignment is interactive, let's see if I can find a piece of it here. It's interactive.
earning the points designated assignment.
Okay. Where is it? So you have a true false question here, right? There are going to be multiple choice, true false. There are going to be some fill in the blanks. You have to make sure you spell the word correctly in order to get full credit. If you spell psychology wrong and the answer is psychology, it's going to mark it wrong. So what happens? If for some reason, let's say there are, let's see on this one, there's 5 topics, or maybe there's 20 topics, there's 20 questions. If you get question 3 wrong, marks it wrong. What happens is it comes back, because this is an intelligent assignment book, smart book. That's why it's called smart book. It's an intelligent way of doing homework. It knows that you got that question wrong. It will come back and ask you that question again, probably in a different form, but it's the same information. If you get it wrong, it's going to ask you another time. It may even go over here and say, hey, you know what? You need, just going to highlight, and you'll see this in this. You need to read about this because you're getting it wrong. If you get a question right the second time, it deletes the wrong answer, and you can still get 100% credit. So you can get multiple questions wrong, as long as you continue to do it and answer everything where you've completed progress at 100%, you will get full credit for every homework assignment. Okay? You will get full credit. If you submit it 1 minute late, it comes in as a 0. If you start this assignment at 11:50 p.m. and just do it 11:59, and you get it done at 12:02 a.m., it's late. It's a 0. You've got to manage your time properly. Okay? You've got plenty of time to do these assignments. Make sure you get it done on time. You get full credit 100%. Okay, 30 points for most of these assignments. Make sure you do that. Okay. So that takes us through the pieces of information on important information. Now, I'd like to take you back to the home page here. Well, I have to go back to the home page. Yeah, we'll go there. This little guy up here, this bell, this is your notification settings. Tells you then when I've posted stuff on D2L. I mark under announcements several times a week. Okay, reminders about homework assignments, reminders about tests, reminders about due dates. Make sure you have the settings and go under settings and make sure you have alerts set up, whether it goes to your email or text. This way you know something's due. D2L also automatically reminds you when things are due. So even if I don't put the announcement, they automatically say, hey, test 1 is due by July 6, 11:59 p.m. If you don't have those alerts turned on, you're not going to know. Another way for you to see what's due, what's coming up, is you look over here on the right side of the D2L page. You see, student agreements due July 2nd. Chapter 1, 2, 4 Smart Book, July 6th. Test 1's July 6th. Chapter 5, July 14th. You see all the due dates here. Shows up right there. It tells you exactly what's due and when. You don't have to even ask me. Another way you can do it is go to Content, Course Schedule. You see, nothing's due today, I'm good. Nothing's due tomorrow. Over the next week, the student agreement's due. Right? Now that folder isn't open until June 29th at midnight, so you can't submit it until then. But there you go. If you want to look at the full schedule of everything and when it's due, it's like, okay, July 2nd, I've got things due. July 6th, I've got these 4 things due. July 14th. I think you do this with each of your classes. It's not just this class. All your classes should be set up like this. So it tells you exactly what's due and when it opens up and when it closes. One thing you're going to notice here, if you scroll through here, you see, we'll go back to chapter 1. It starts June 29th, just after midnight, closes July 6th. Same thing with chapter 2, chapter 4, and test 1. 12 a.m., June 29th to July 6th. Then we go to module 2. This also starts June 29th at midnight, but it's not due till July 14th. All these aren't due until July 14th, but they start June 29th. Module 3 begins June 29th, but due July 22nd. Module 4 begins June 29th, but ends July 30th. This means you can work as fast as you want to get this stuff completed. And you can be done this course in a week. I had 2 students first summer session 1 get done the whole course in a week. I had a handful of students get the whole course done in 2 weeks. You can work as fast as you want. You've got time off, you're bored, it's a rainy day, work as fast as you get work as far ahead as you want. Now, they do have due dates. They all are due by a certain due date. So you can't say, well, you know what, I'll do all of the work the last week of the semester. Nope, because the first 3 modules are past due, you'll get a 0. They do have due dates, so you have to pay attention to that, but you can work as quickly as you want. All right, so now you see on the left here, module 1, test 1 notes, homework assignments, module 2, 3, 4, and then tests. So we go into module 1. This tells you exactly how to navigate this section here. You've got a little information up here for me telling you when this begins and when it's due, and then there's just a little snapshot of what's due. You've got my notes. All right, so what you're going to do is you're going to download the notes. I'll just give you a little idea what they look like here. My notes are PDF documents. They are fill in the blank. They are an outline of the PowerPoint presentation. You see slide 4 has 1, 2, 3, 4 blanks. When you watch the video, you're going to see that these 4 words are on the screen in red. That's what you fill in there. Then you go down, you see a couple more blanks on that slide, more blanks, more blanks, more blanks. So besides this being your notes, this is also a great study guide and also a great way to be prepared for the test. Have your notes right beside your computer when you're taking the test. And you should do excellent. You should do very well on the test. So you can either download these, and if you have a PDF editor, edit away. If you do it on your iPad and you have some way of editing or writing on your PDF documents, do that. Make sure you save it. If you want to print them out and handwrite it, fantastic. That's what a lot of students do when we have it in class. This is how you get your notes. All right, so we're going to take a look at slide 4. There are 4 blanks. Blank is the scientific study of behavior and mental processes. So if you go to the lecture video, chapter 1, video lecture. Shows up, it's a YouTube video. If I play the video, and I get to slide 4, I'm not sure where slide 4 is. Slide 4, blank is the scientific study of behavior, mental processes. The words in red there, psychology, that's an easy one. Then you see the next one, the 3 blanks that were below it, science, behavior, mental processes. It's easy. I mean, eventually I figured out how to present this without having the stuff on the side there. I was a little brain dead, I guess, when I made this video. But you see here, oh, let's get it up here. There we go. See here as it goes on, Give me something with blanks. There you go. More words in red. More words in red. So you watch the video, take your notes. You're going to be doing fantastic in this class. Now, something else I give you all. Activities. This is nothing that you're graded on, so you don't have to do it if you don't want. But if you want to, it'll help you do better on the test. So you see chapter 1 activity with blanks. Talking about what type of variable is it? What type of group is it? So you have a little scenario, and it asks you what's the independent variable, experimental group, and what is the control group. So you need to figure this out. Second example, third example, fourth example. And then it goes down to population and samples. They're all blank, so you can download this, you can print it out, whatever, try to get it right. The way you figure out if you did it right or not, go back to the page, chapter 1 activity with the answers. You do not have to hand this in, you do not have to do it if you don't want. So it tells you the answers right there, all the answers for every one of those questions. So you can double check to see if you got it right, see what you may need to work on. You may see some, you definitely will see stuff like this on your first test. So it's a good idea to at least look through it. Now, not every chapter has something, some kind of activity. According from the textbook, they didn't give great activities for each chapter, so I didn't put it up there for you to look at. So you see chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 4, notes, video lecture, and then there's an activity there. Then as you scroll down, you're going to see chapter 1 homework, 2 homework, 4 homework. Now it's not a clickable link right now because it doesn't start until June 29th. When that time comes, you're going to click on that and it will take you to the homework assignment. Okay? You'll do 1, 2, and 4 sometime between June 29th and July 6th. It's the same exact setup for module 2, module 3, and module 4. Top of every module, I give you a little information there. You've got your notes and video lectures. You've got your homework assignments. Then when it comes test time, you click on tests. Test 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, they're all listed here instead of under the modules. I try to do it this way to keep it simple, to keep the tests together. Hopefully, you're good with that. All right. So you want to know what you're doing. How well you're doing in the class. So you go to grades. Under grades, you're going to see, again, it's out of 1,000. Right now, you have 0 points. You haven't done anything yet. And you see that I'm going to put down yes or no that you've submitted this. But that's got to be done right away. You see, mean Mr. U has given you a 0 already for everything. Zeros are listed. That is for 2 reasons. One, since it's out of 1,000 points, if you do homework assignment 1, oh yeah, it's 40 points. I thought it was 30. It's 40 points for each one. Do the first smart book, second smart book, third smart book, test 1. You can look at it and see. You'll probably get 40 out of 40 on each of these. And then you get 110 out of 120. You can do the math and figure out what the percentage is, right? But this gives you a running total. Tell you where you're at. Because if for some reason you decide that you're not doing homework anymore, you do 3 of the 4 modules, and then you just blow off the rest of the semester, and you've earned, let's say you've done perfect on everything, that would be that you've earned 720 points so far. 720 out of 720. That's fantastic. That's an A+. But if you don't do any of these homework assignments, it's a 0. So you'll see your grade up here, 720 out of 1,000, which is what it would end up being, which is a 72. That's a C-. So it says, oh, I need to keep going. Keep doing your work, get the A. Piece of cake. All right. Last thing. Under content. When you're going through that registration process, the video from McGraw-Hill that I showed you here, inclusive access registration, I believe you're going to have to click on this. It's going to look different for me because I'm a professor, even though I have it listed as a student. There's going to be a link here that says enter or learn or whatever, and you'll go there. This is completely different because I'm a professor, but that's how you have to get yourself registered. Once you do that, once you're done, you don't ever have to access this link again. All right. That is everything, gang. I hope this was fast enough for you and it wasn't too boring. If you have any questions, please email me as soon as possible. I always try to respond within 24 hours of emails. If I am available, I do respond. If I'm not, I will get to answer your question as soon as possible. All right. Good luck with the course. Please stay up to date on everything. Contact me if you have any questions.